Good evening, good evening. We want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe. I am Alfonso Z, and so this is the Examiner special edition here, the aftermath of the protest. And so, what next? Well, we're going to profile in a special full context analysis your view, your opinion does matter in the national conversations of the Republic of Liberia, your country. And so do not allow anyone to pinch you down. Wherever you are, if this is the first time you are on the official news outlet of the Liberia Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. Welcome. This is the Examiner, and the Analysts will be here to scramble on a wide range of issues, their view, their analysis, and of course, we intend not to leave no one behind in the national conversations of Liberia. Whether you tie whatever party you belong to, it's none of our business. You have the right to associate and to express your view. Welcome to the show. Okay, there you have it. And now this is the sound that introduces the program right here on this network. Good evening. Good evening. From the New England Bureau decks of the Liberia Public Radio, I am your host and lead anchor to this network. I am Alfonso Z. And so we want to welcome all of you this morning, this afternoon, evening, depending on your location. We say it is good to have you here. Your commitment, your time, we so value it. We can't just do it without you. And this is why we intend not to leave no one behind. We want to discuss it in full context. And of course, you will be part of the process. The good thing is the Liberal is not in charge. And so there's no way that he's going to play those sort of games that he's good at, Mr. Prediction. But I listened to the Liberals yesterday, and the political pastor from Minnesota, that his base, that his folks. And what I'm going to do, he was speaking in court yesterday, but I'm going to decode that because he left you with ambiguities, with apprehension. That's not the job of who we as media folks, that's not our job. We are here to empty it out, not against, not for, but to have his honest and fair conversation. But he was politically correct because he does have a side. I really don't even know where he really belongs, because one day he was Liberty Party, another day he was this Nyombi Kanga wing, Musability wing, and now is a displayed political guy with the ruling establishment of the Unity Party of President Jose Newman Boyka. But I'm going to decode his language. Why he got me into his fries, I had nothing to do with what he was doing, and he were all out here. And I'm going to bring it in full context. In as much we hold people accountable, we ourselves must be held accountable. That is what he doesn't like. And I'm going to give my own view, personal view, as a Liberian, on the just and the protests or whatever they call it, and then the chief executive, the father of the land, responds. Your take. Who put that in the hands of the president? I'm still pondering, still wondering. We're going to have that conversation to the rest of the show. And of course, we're going to open the phone lines as usual to allow you to participate, because the people don't want us to say. And the reason some of us shout and yelling is to overshadow our voices over the folks like the liberal progressive, so that the president will listen to us. We are the rear guy. The liberal and his ally always, he literally posing or serving as a Michael Cohen type on this network. And he's been heavily supported by a political reverend who is always in the business to change the narrative here and put his own thing. Sometimes the Minnesota politicians, the liberal from the New Jersey side and all of that, that is okay. But I would be here to hold them accountable because it is our country. And I want the president to succeed. I want the president to succeed. So where there's a wrong, we must have the courage to say it, to speak it out. We must avoid protecting our own alligators. And I'm going to play a little clip of the iconic speech, inaugural speech of one of the greatest African leaders who was laid to rest recently. Now let's look between the line and we'll create a cutting edge here this evening to have this conversation. I am Afonso Zina, so stay tuned. Let's take a quick commercial break and I will be right back.
Do you want to share your events with the world? Why not contact us? We are Liberia Public Radio, LPR. We are the specialists in advertisements, commercials, radio and TV services. We have the professionals that can help you sell your products and provide live coverage of all events such as weddings, conventions, graduations, reunions, anniversaries, sports, birthdays, baby showers, religious activities, funerals, and many more. Take your phone right now and call any of the following numbers: 682-433-8802, 267-648-6089, 484-786-3337, or 916-533-2048. Our customer service representatives are waiting to take your calls and give you the needed assistance. It is LPR, the home of excellent media services and your friends in business.
There you have it. We also, while it's involved in community initiatives, we're having your weddings, graduation party, reunion type conventions, or whatever it is. Let us know. We can bring you live broadcast. Even if you want to divorce and you think people getting married, how about the live stream this? So you want divorce too? If you want, we can live stream it because that gives you an opportunity to find a new area. So nothing wrong with that. So you want that as well. We are reachable both here in Liberia and here in the USA. So we're always there. We want to welcome our viewers and listeners across the globe. Thank you so much for joining us. If this is your first time, we say you are all absolutely welcome for being here this evening. This is what we do. Sometime in the process of our conversations, we make you uneasy. We don't necessarily tell you what you want to hear. We say it and tell you what you need to know. So this is not a liberal. For the liberal, he's very appeased with people. He say things and walk back and all of that. But we do it differently. When the liberal is on to where he does his own things in his own world. But here, we do it the right way. But we want to welcome, we will say good evening to our Southeastern region correspondent, Roland Harris Wajunians in Zulu Whiskey. Roland, thank you so much for your extraordinary coverage yesterday. Harrison, good to have you here. May Kotajala, our senior analyst based in New Jersey. Good evening. Hopefully you will be here. Harrison Y, good to have you. Is it a Joyce daughter, Glendy? Good evening, if that's you are the one. Good evening. Thank you for what you do for our country. It takes persons of courage, conviction, and it takes skin to sit on this network because people call people names for no reason. They say things that they don't know about you simply because you speak their language, you speak say things that they are uncomfortable with, or it doesn't go their way how they want it to be out there. I will say we are glad, we are happy to have you. Keep doing what you're doing, and it's okay. Well, the protest has come and gone. So what next? Well, let's look at it in its entirety. What is odd? What we learn from it, and what is the biggest takeaway in this? Other people have their own interpretation, comparing crowd. This into this business were open and all of that. But I'm not sure whether they are looking at the big picture in terms of what happens and maybe perhaps the long-term implications. But I was more flabbergasted, wondering, I'm not sure the remarks or the statement by the president who ordered that. But as usual, the liberal progressive of this network is a strong supporter of Excellency Joseph Newman to boycott. But he's always trying to be the fixer. And when he comes here, he leaves people apprehensive in terms of what he's saying and profess to be an honest guy. To the extent we wouldn't have anything to do with it, we were incited into his talking point with his revenue. And I'm so much determined to keep the liberal in check because we here we have a responsibility to have a conversation that is honest, that is factual, and call it out as it is. It should be. This is what the CDC people didn't do the last time around, and we all frown on it. We all call them out, even to the George we are. I'm wondering whether we even have what they call oppositions or these folks that call themselves political leaders. You have a commander who abandoned his forces during crisis or at the war front. I'm wondering where you got your training from. Are you a soldier woman, soldier boy, or soldier girl? That is what literally all of the political leaders, they abandoned, they neglected their responsibility, something that they should take ownership of. They were all ziki-zaka, they were hanging unstable, yet they call themselves political leaders because they do not have the courage to be decisive in their decision. George Weah went to Nigeria or wherever to go sign book of condolence. Is that where you're supposed to go? They get a Nigerian embassy in Liberia. You could have gone there. They have all their auxiliary that endorsed the protest. And we saw lawmakers, other people were coming in, but the party or the secretariat, the executive does not have the courage. Musa Hassan Belete is on the side, CM, whatever C. Nothing. Elizana Benedict Cummings. So who are these people? What do they really to represent? If the for or the against? Nothing was heard from them. That is, I wondered what is that type of leadership? And you have remnant pieces of folks joining part of it. Is that them or who they are? What is their position? Look, if you can't do it, just disregard. It is disappointing. I am not saying necessarily, but when you are a leader of a group, be it good or bad, you must have a definitive position. This is how they avoid crisis. This is what they do. They put their people there and take positions in the backyard. So if it came out good, then they take glory. And that's what President we are there. He never had the guts to speak out publicly with his stand. You are former president. You lead a group of people. And I said that the other day. You can't have your auxiliary women group, this group, or youth wing, outdoor youth, or whatever group, and we never heard any official statement from the party, former lawmaker, the dead. Executive did not come up with a definitive positions, who they are, what they represent, what their position. But guess what? They decided to bring out an obituary announcement after the protest. Now, then they delivered the Senate level long speech or whatever to write out. What is that? They were leaving the country. Some of them were sitting at the bank of the border. So maybe when hell break loose, God forbid, whatever thing, then they cross. You are not willing to pay the consequences to stay with your people. You want to be in safe haven. That's a complete neglect of your responsibility. Stay in the country. But it's not unusual to me for Liberian politicians. The Liberian politicians, they are segregated politicians. They never want to go to jail. They don't want to do anything. They just want to be crying, baby cry. Look, changes. This is what Gaddafi said. There is no successful revolutions without bloodshed, not necessarily physical bloodshed. The price of freedom is costly. The price of freedom, no pain, no gain. What kind of people there? You fail to take, this is a clear indication that the Liberian people should look up there to see who to really lead in. So when will we see them in the good times, when they can't even take a concrete positions on critical issues affecting the country, whether they're for or against. Tiawan Konglo, I think he's the one that came out and say, hey, they must have the balls to speak. But you know what? Their people will protect and defend them as usual, even when they are going down the hill. But we have another guy here who is an expert in predictions and a good guess, but he always hang up. He doesn't come out because he also has an agenda. The liberal progressive of the Liberal Public Radio is a remnant of the Liberty Party wing of then Charles Walker Bronstein. After Bronstein seek political refuge to Nyombi Kanga Lauren, what happened, Musa Belete came. Belete, I don't know where he really found himself. Now, Belete, he's in his own world, but so perhaps he's still with Kanga wing of the Liberty Party. But he claimed he's a strong supporter of President Joseph Numa Boyka. He was on yesterday giving his analysis and speaking in in an exhortatory tone to confuse the audience, but then was screaming. I don't know what the heck he was doing, talking about here. So the cat going to eat baby here. I want you to listen to the label, and hopefully he will have the opportunity to come here to kind of break it down in context. But this was the label here yesterday, right here on LPR.
Teacher, whatever you, but you made him, you give him statement to make publicly because he believe in you. We will deal with you one by one. I told you yesterday, I didn't come on this platform to see you myself make plow today. We're not even talking with color speed from each other. You myself make plow today with color speed from each other. But I come on the platform here, a year or so. Be here, say President Waka be dancing for you to come and ruin people's life, for you to make Liberian people take but something your lie. Include me into your lying behavior. I don't lie.
There you have it. That's the liberal. So the question becomes, who gave the president the speech? He did not tell his audience. He was very ambiguous, and this is what they're good at. Who gave this president the speech? They just throw the speech at the president, and the president didn't look at it. He tries to remove the president from the scene. He is the president. He is the uno, the first man of the Republic of Liberia. It is absurd. It is ridiculous We frown on these things, the behavior of Nathaniel McGee, Jefferson Koji, this and that. But the liberal now has been very calculated, very strategic in his talking point and saying these sort of things to his audience, presenting it and not coming out clear, precise in his argument. So I guess 0 point was taken away. And I want to give him the opportunity to come here tonight. They gave him the speech. Who gave the president the speech? And what he did, this only thing that he did was he did not even play the speech, but we will play it. But this is the liberal again yesterday. Let's see here. Let's see this one here. Let's see this one here. Okay, because
teacher, whatever you, but you made him.
No, okay, they made him. We'll come to that, but this is the liberal again yesterday.
People supposed to be the one to produce, to do the oil product, what have you. You lie, you giving something important like that. You go insult, lie into it, and he has to speak it up because you give it to him. And that's the one going about people running away now. Because you lie. You are on intellectuals. You lie. And this is what we are. Because of your lie and deceitfulness, President Waka most likely, I hope not, but most likely might not get the kinds of legacy that do him. President Waka has more than 50 years experience.
What is the justification this guy is giving? More than 50 years of experience. Experience comes with maturity, it comes with everything. But here we have the liberal. He has created the same and presenting a different type of reality to his audience. And I told him here, as long as I am on this network, we all must be held accountable. Who lied? Who gave him the speech? I hope you will come here and tell us here tonight precisely who delivered that, who wrote that speech to the president. He didn't just leave that hanging. He was unable, he lacked the courage to even play the speech. So what is he talking about? Why is he basing his argument on assumption? These are people that will call it. And I hope the president will not call this guy within his proximity, because that's how they're going to do it. And that's exactly the other people doing. And so we will say, so let's see this speech the liberal was talking about, which he was unable, why he didn't play it. Let's roll it out here. And I'm going to bring the liberal. He's standing by. I think this Friday night, TGIF, thank God it's Friday. We will see how it goes. Let me bring in the liberal to the liberal progressive on the Liberal Public Radio is here. Good evening. Welcome to the show. This is the Examiner. The Examiner examines everything right here, including ourselves and policymakers. But let me do you a favor. Let's roll the speech out here by the president, and we will have the conversation going.
Interestingly, today, somebody sent me somebody who, two protesters, one of them, I don't know, he said he's protesting. He said because Walker can't lie. He said can't lie. We just wait. And then all of them were protesting that he's protesting because we're not giving you a chance to sell drugs because I had you. Very good protest. But a country 178 years, our young people with talent, we can't keep that. It's our job to make them, prepare them for the world.
This is Lpr. This is how we do it. We hold all accountable. If I've never seen the worst movement ever been knowing me as a former minister, now president of the Republic of Nigeria, this was the worst moment for the president. It should be people like Charles Taylor, George Weah, Samuel Doe to do what this president did. And up to this time, GOL has not had the courage to come out. Look, when you are a father, you embrace all. This is what he told us. He's not going to be a father of green, blue, this and that. The issue of the drugs is a serious thing. People, mothers, fathers, people are hurt in that country. And we've been talking about it. And for the president to make mockery of somebody that said that or whatever it is, to come to have said, to utter that in such a public space, it is wrong, it is unacceptable. And for you, Liberal, here yesterday, you never had the courage, you post pain on it, you were unable to be truthful to your audience. And here you are here tonight. And I know you're going to put out a defense line, but I can tell you, whoever, I'm not going to hold the people that wrote that speech, I will hold the president responsible. He shouldn't have said that. The government of Liberia, and this is the whole troubling thing up to this point. If it is up now, I didn't see it before coming on air, I'm going to bring you in. I have not even seen an official statement for the president to say what he put up yesterday. I see that as a moderate, and we all know about this drugs thing. They have the authority to put to an end. The DEA group and thing, all were hearing that drug money they were fighting for. The Finabono, then all of those people they would be hearing them. Is it true? I don't know. They have the power to prosecute, to investigate that. And nothing was done. We saw all that was arrested from the CDC government. Had they followed through? What is the end of it? Nothing. For he to come out, what I anticipated to say, as a father of the land, children, my Liberian people, I hear you. I hear your concerns. I hear your crowd. That's what Tobo did to Gabriel Bacchus Matthews. You know the story. You were part of that April 14th scenario. You know it. Tobo called those people for the conversations. It was not a sign of weakness, but it was meant to stabilize the country. But you were here yesterday, and you're saying these things, and you left your audience open. I play in your absence. I will play it right before your very eyes.
People supposed to be the one to produce, to do the oil product, what have you. You lie, you giving something important like that. You go insert lie into it, and he has to speak it up because you give it to him. And that's the one going about. People running away now. Because you lie. You are on intellectuals. You lie.
This is ridiculous. And this is one more.
Teacher, what have you? But you made him, you give him statement to make publicly because he believes in you. We will deal with you one by one. One by one. I told you yesterday, I didn't come on this platform. The CEO myself may plow today. We're not even talking. We cut our speed from each other. You myself may plow today. We cut our speed from each other. But I come on the platform here, years or year or so. Be here, say President Waka be dancing for you to come and ruin people's life, for you to make Liberian people but something to your lie. Include me into your lying behavior. I don't lie.
So what did I do? What sort of plow I would make? I'm not part of your shenanigans, you pulling thing here and there. Liberal Progressive, good evening. Good to have you here. You know the culture out of the Liberia Public Radio. I am sorry if it is hard, but You know the traditions, we all must be held accountable. And I will start off from here. And I expect you want to call your rescue folks. That is okay. You need to start blowing your horn now. Should GOL apologize? Should the president come back? Should somebody from Ministry of Information, presidential spokesperson, should somebody come back to do the damage control based on what the president said yesterday?
Good evening, Mr. So. Good evening to the audience as well. As you know, you and myself, we're not on speaking turn right now. We're making flour, but I came on because this is LPR and we have to be able to defend ourselves if it need be, but we have to explain. And so LPR will come on this show to make some clarification and to enlighten. But as far as you and myself, we're making flour right now. We're not speaking to each other. So that I can't here for kumbaya because you and myself, we're not speaking. So I'm only saying hello because the other citizen, Liberian citizen, are watching, so I have to be polite. But Mr. So, look, let me say this. If you cannot see the decency character President Baka has in him, then you're not looking. If you cannot see that this president, President Baka, cares for all Liberians, then you're not seeing. Mr. So, the issue that I was expressing yesterday, it was on my own frustration in that people who around the father of the nation are not advising him properly. And I would say that, I believe. Because in time like this, whether one person shows up or not, these are Liberians. They were protesting not because they ate good last night. They were protesting not because they have a good medicine at the home or they can go to the hospital anytime. You cannot use this opportunity because people are protesting because we whipped them yesterday. Look at the reason. Look at people in the market. What are they saying to you? And that was my frustration yesterday. And for them, the president went over there specifically to engage the people that are in charge of the petroleum, whatever they do, oil business, whatever petroleum stuff. They're supposed to go out there and say, president, say, these are the people that are going to give us or the gas and what have you. But instead, the guy insulted, insert some set of.
No, hold on. I'm going to hold you there. This is hold on 1 second.
Let me finish my statement. President Baka did not write that. We know that because there's no way.
That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
What's your point?
This is a
forget about what it is. What is your point? So I'm not here for kumbaya tonight.
The question is, I asked you a specific question.
And I'm answering your question.
You're not answering the question. Who are the people you're referring to?
Mr. So, I'm not in Liberia. I'm right here in California. But what I do know and what I do believe is that the president of the nation, if it's just him alone, will not come and read what he read that you just played.
You're not answering my question. You said the people. Who are the people you are referring to?
Okay, let me help you again.
Yes, please.
President Baka has a team of advisors.
Okay.
President Baka has a team members that will write his speeches, that will write. I'm not too sure who are they. Those people, I don't know them. But I believe what he wrote yesterday, in fact, he told you, he says, somebody give me. If you play that video, he says somebody, he didn't call the person name. And I don't know. And I'm responding to that. Because President Baka told us somebody gave him. And what that person gave him to read.
So, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
It was fair for the president, and it's unacceptable.
Every minute, every second, you becoming ridiculous. You're dipping, you're putting yourself in the hole over and over.
Mr. So there is no on LPR for me to put. I'm the board chairman, for Christ's sake. I am in control of LPR. So there's no hole here.
I understand.
Okay.
At this point in time, I am the lead, I am the anchor on the conversation that we're having. But for you to kind of like tell us,
I gotta be careful because the real board chair is visiting you this weekend.
No.
I don't want him to show up.
We're having a serious conversation here.
Okay, what is it?
And the conversation is serious because
No, but Mr. C, you gotta let me. You have to let me explain myself. You have to give me the time. There's only two of us here for 2 hours. I haven't called for any backup yet, and I don't intend to. Well, I'll call for backup later, but depends on who shows up here. But here's the point that I'm making, Mr. So. The video that you play of the president, he said, somebody gave me. And from what I've been seeing, he was making reference to somebody giving him something. I don't know who gave him that. But my point is, whatever it is that they give the president, it's a lie. And President Buck, look, Mr. So, I'm a political guru on this show. You know that. And we watched the president during the fire incident. The president went on the scene and he spoke like the father of the nation. He was not speaking as, Mr. So, you see, that's what you do that is very, very little bit concerning in terms of engaging a liberal. When a liberal is talking, a lot of people are listening. My Esther is listening, want to get some real serious educational impact here tonight, Mr. So give me time, let me explain. So when the president spoke, he spoke like the father of the nation as he is. When he made that statement about corruption, when you're still on Lisa here, that's how father would speak. But when the comment you made yesterday, and he was making a joke, a light out of the protest, that's not President Baka that I know.
When he making joke, you see,
Mr. So, you will not tie this thing around the president. I'm not going to allow that.
I'm being honest. It's not.
So am I. I'm not playing around. He's the president, Mr. So. He's the president. He has a support staff that are responsible for each of these activities.
Okay,
and if these people are not doing their work, we need to point them out.
You claim to be a political guru. Let me ask you this question. Do you think the president was aware of this protest?
Yes.
Do you think President being aware, do you think there was a contingency plan by GOL perhaps for the president to respond right after the protest?
I don't think so. I would say no, from all indication. I could be wrong, but I would say no. I'm not an insider anyhow, but let's go ahead.
So meaning GOL never had a strategy in play after the protest?
Oh yes, everything happened in the government. This is Mr. So that banana republic we're talking about. President Baka is not running for years. President Baka is running the Republic of Liberia. They have planned. They have planned as a government. They have planned for everything.
Okay,
even you right now, if you were to fly from here tonight and land in Ravensfield, you fall in within our government plan. So they have planned.
I agree. So meaning the government is aware, the president knew you were going to speak after the protest, correct?
I'm not too sure if there was some sort of a speaking engagement after the protest. I don't know that.
So you think it was just sporadic, something that just popped out without knocking heads with his advisor?
Mr. So you are not doing you are not doing anybody a good deal here tonight. You play a video. The president himself told us that somebody, and I'm quoting, somebody gave me this. And he went on to make a statement.
Is that realistic? The president of the nation, you coming to speak to the nation, you coming to speak to foreign journalists, and somebody just throws something. Is the person insider or outside of the bare will of the presidency?
Most likely insider. And that's my anger. Because of that person close close proximity to the president, close association with the president, an insider as far as I'm concerned. For the president to trust you, and you are not able to tell the president to make a statement, if as long, my point here is, as long you put the president out there to make a statement, any statement about the protest, that statement must be positive. This statement that you play tonight is not positive.
So why can't
however, we can tell that the statement, for me, the statement was not positive. But I will also say, what gave me solace in that is that this was not written by the president, and this was not something that the president brought on board to speak about. Somebody gave it to him, and he read it.
You know, I see the kind of, this is why we have this sort of problem that we have.
Mr. So I am not here to satisfy you the way you want me to talk. I will talk the way the liberal can talk, and I will talk what I believe to be the truth about the president. The president, first of all, he has a 50 years of experience, public engagement. You can go and research, you will find President Baka everywhere. President Baka is a type of person who is very, very engaging with the people.
Let me ask you, somebody, suppose someone, as you claim it to be someone, experienced 50 years, nothing is questioned, but it comes with the actions of your doing as well. Suppose somebody has incited into that speech and telling the president, because of the protester, our president Joseph Newman Boyka resigned as the president of the Republic of Liberia. Do you think when he sees those words, you think he was going to make the proclamation?
Mr. So I don't deal with hypothetical. I do not deal with hypothetical, Mr. So.
This seems to be very embarrassing even for you.
It's not. I'm just telling you, because that's so far-fetched that somebody will write something. No. I'm not even gonna address that. I'm not gonna dignify.
For you to defend, and if we can just be bold and honest. But you've been putting spin on this thing.
What is your definition of honesty here tonight, for which you want me to use? What's yardstick you're using here tonight that perhaps you're trying to measure me with?
And I'm going to give you a second chance, second chances in life to see whether you're going to redeem yourself. But
what you think? Who you think I'm gonna catch? I'm gonna catch. I got 9 life. I will take second. You must say we're not even all speaking tongue. We're making plan. Why would I take changes from you? Go ahead, make a point.
Oh, you don't call us speaking nowadays. So tell your audience why are we not speaking?
We're making plan. Then I'm gonna tell people say, well, make it that the audience will judge our case. When you must have making plan, we know that you must have making plan. So that one, I gotta tell the audience.
So, okay, let me play something here, and you will listen here. Hopefully the audio set was good. This is Lpr.
Strong and definitive. I thank you all. Having just a few minutes ago sworn by the Holy Book, I intend to keep my oath and serve as president to all Nigerians. I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
Okay, that was the iconic statement by the late President Buhari of Nigeria, 2015. I'm president of the nation from all Nigerians. I belong to everybody and I belong to nobody. So he's a president for all. I understand where you're coming from. I know when people put themselves in a defense position, it's very difficult to defend the defenseless. But let's have a conversation. Now the protest has come and gone.
I don't mean to interrupt. The audio that you just played, that sounds like President Buckeye. Join me to build Liberia. There's no blue Liberia. There's no red Liberia. We are all Liberia.
You want to take me back. I told you that's the voice, the inaugural address of May 29, 2015 of the late President Muhammadu Buhari, who was just laid to rest. Now, you see, you're not listening. You seems to be having a real problem here tonight, but that is okay. So do you agree with me that President is not boycott?
I didn't say that was boycott. I said that statement. It's the same kinds of statement President Buckeye made. Join me, he said. There's no, I'm not paraphrasing now. There's no CDC, there's no Unity. This is Liberia. Join me as Liberian for us to build Liberia together. This is the father of the nation. This man does not go around and put CDC color on right hand and Unity Party on the other hand. No. He considers all of us as sons and daughters of Liberia. And he is our president for all of us. Whether we like it or not, he's the president for all of us. And he behaves as such. He has never come and throw people away because of the Unity Party, your sedition or what have you. There are sedition who are disrespectful to this president, but he never come out and complain. There are sedition who goes out and protest for no other reason. He doesn't come out and complain. Mr. So, this is the hallmark of the president who considers himself the father of the nation.
I understand where you're coming from tonight. Someone who tries to deny his own shadow, which is okay. I say let's move on because if you give me more room, then this conversation will really going to be tough on you because nobody is answering you. Fatu has deserted you. Clarin is no longer with you. Terry is not coming on. So what did they tonight? They left you in the lion's den. Let's have a conversation. The protest has come and gone. The question is, what next? On a serious note, Liberal, and I hope the president and the government will take this very seriously. I want you to watch these images here because we do not know the next strategy. When Moluba Molu said giving government ultimatum, and I know we are good Liberian, are good at dashing things, and well, oh man, that man are fooling, oh the woman are fooling, and nothing will come from out of it. But it is not just only in Monrovia. Outside of Monrovia, there were a lot of things going on. Our own Lpr-Tv Rollins in Zulu Whiskey, Grangeda County, managed to bring this footage, and I want also watch it and we'll have a conversation.
We're coming to you live from Oswego City, Grangeda County. I'm Roland Harris while reporting extension of peaceful protest here in Oswego. A little confrontation here for the citizens of this county. What's your eye following? So what's our eye following?
You know, people take things lightly. I am not one of those. I don't just downplay stuff here. See that crowd, if we were to do a count, how many whoever protested, and guess what? Interestingly, because people get the way to vent their angers, to express their grievances when there is any. If you look at those placards, I didn't see anything about what President boycott. But what they were doing, it was being directed by the superintendent of Grangeda County, it's Superintendent Ellis Chesia Grain, for saying Joseph Boyka brought Ellis Chesia Grain to do X, Y, Z. Now, that could not be the intent of the president, giving their own son to serve them. But here we are, you're seeing this group of people, and not just on the Grangeda, there was something going on, Nima, River G, other places, where people say that 10%, that 2%. But, and this is where I was coming from with that statement for the president to say, we hear what you say. The government of Liberia will do everything possible to address this thing. In fact, we are looking at expanding vocational opportunities to empower people, to rehabilitate people. That's what I was expecting, but that did not happen. But now, What is still at stake, and people are not talking about it. What they said, Moluba gave Joe, or Moluba Malu gave government an ultimatum of 14 days. Moluba had a liquor tour yesterday. That is okay. But there is another component of Moluba Malu in terms of his bravery, of his action toward just going out there. Now, how many people listening? How many persons, other people, this, whatever thing that happened has resonated with them? If you listen to the protesters, they were talking on different things, not necessarily Joseph Boyka, but he is the father of the land. What should the government do now? What could be the strategy of GOL to avoid this ultimatum of 14 days coming into play?
Thank you, Mr. So. I am not a spokesperson for this government. They don't know me. I don't know them. I only admire President Wakai, and I believe he has the ability to move this country forward. That's the only reason why I support President Wakai. I am not a member of Unity Party, and therefore I don't claim to be the spokesperson. I'm here to speak what I believe to be the truth. However, Mr. So, the video you just played surely indicate and clearly shows the discipline level from this president all the way to the policeman you saw in the street of Zwadru. The protester was so aggressive, and that is the hallmark of CDC. We know that. But CDC could not even provoke the police because the police, based on the information from the president, Mr. So, question. I'm trying to. Now you want me to answer it the way you want it. You ask me a question, I'm answering. The information from the president and the way the president character is all over the country. The policeman put his hand behind his back and were addressing the protester just by speaking. While the protester was shaking their fingers, why wagging his finger in front of the policeman's face? Nobody did anything. This is what I believe Gertrude Coleman have told all his people. We are not going to be violent because this president is not a violent president. And therefore, we will order the president, honor him, and respect his will. Mr. So, this is a hallmark of a president who believes he's the president of the entire country. Branch that country. If our president Waka was saying, y'all know why y'all shut down the whole country. Branch ain't let me anyway. Y'all shut it down. But he's never like that. He will never. The fact that people didn't vote for him in the Southeast, he will never pay back. He will never show to them that they are not part of Liberia. He's always very respectful. You saw what he did with the barrier. He went to Zwadru. This is the same place they didn't even get him vote. He went there and showed to the people in Nigeria County that one Liberian is a Liberian for all. Any county is the county that I will go to with no fear and favor. So President Wakai, for me, it's the kind of president that I wish the president was like 50 years old. And I said, don't just come back. Let's change the constitution so you will rule as long as possible. But that's not possible. We have constitution. We respect the rule. President Wakai will tell me right now something to, I don't want you to come and crown me with changing because I respect the rule. On a very serious note, Mr. So, what the government going to do now, I suspect, with us making this noise, you see, we're in a unique position. We supported this president, and we are in a unique position to criticize because the president will not view our criticism as being envious. Whereas you, people like you, when you criticize, we will try to question your motive. But if I criticize, they won't question my motives because I am the liberal. Not only that, they know where I stand with President Wakai. So I'm not criticizing because I don't like him. I like a policy, and I'm criticizing so that his standing in the Liberian community will be as high as possible. So they'll answer your question directly, Mr. So. This president, as experienced as he is, this president, as decent as he is, this president, to be the father of the nation, will definitely take this thing into consideration. And perhaps, and I'm saying perhaps, he might even ask Monu to have a meeting What do you want, my son? This is our country. Let's build it together. And if that happens, Monuba Monu will show his true sedition color. I want to show off. And that's what we have. Those are the people we're dealing with. Those are the people we're dealing with. And because President Baka believed in peace and believed in the survival of Liberia, he made sure nobody fingernail got caught yesterday. He made sure that no woman gonna wear black clothes because of protests.
Okay.
President was talking about.
So
This is the country that is honoring this president that we're all proud of. Mr. So please, I'm having a very good time. If you want me to talk for the next 2 hours, I will talk. But this is a good day for me. This is a good day for me. And the President Buckeye, I don't need no help. I'm not even going to call Rescue 2. Rescue 2, I got them under control. Don't come in. I will deal with them. So, Mr. So, this is just a wonderful, wonderful day. And I like when you question me like that because it means I have to express what I believe to be the truth. Thank you.
That was a very simple question that you could have answered in less than 30 seconds. You have to take us to Totan to get in transit to Monrovia, coming to Providence before getting another flight to Sacramento. That is not necessary. The questions, the purpose of the questions is more or less solution oriented to find solution. And you hear stereotyping, CDC, ANC, this and that. That is not the root cause of the question. I'm asking this question for us to kind of like.
But I thought I answered it politely. I thought I answered it for you.
I come into profile is to have a conversation. But you hear pulling here and there is a clear indication that you're struggling trying to put things together, which I understand. And you see anybody doing their finger like they're trying to put things together to find a way out. But do you think the president, and I agree with what you said, that the police did an extraordinary job yesterday. We don't know all of the details, but from what we see, what we saw, the police did an extraordinary job, and that's what it did.
And this is what we always
hold on.
bias. Your reporting has not been straightforward when it comes to us. Those of us who believe in President Baka and those of us who believe President. Why will you say the police? Why can't you now say President Baka? Because if this thing had gone wrong, you would have tried to hang that stuff around President Baka's neck. Now things going right. You don't want you leave it up with the police. Jump to the next step and say President Baka did a wonderful job. Let me hear you say. Let me hear you say, Mr. So. Let me hear you say. Thank you.
This is sad. We're in problem in our country. So, do you think the president will call or the designated people to have a conversation with those people? What should the government do?
This is what I think will happen.
Because the thing we here, when we talk about these things critically, we also find solutions to get to find a resolution point here. But it's good to talk. It's good to let us get our differences, our own views, our own opinion, and then we come back to say this is what the government should do. And I'm asking, should the government have a dialogue, have a conversation with the leadership?
This is what I believe will happen, and this is once again you will recognize that I am the political guru on this platform here. Can I finish? Let me finish.
No. It's not about you. Do not.
Okay. Forget about me. Okay. Forget about me. Let me. No. Don't play those thing again. Those are, as my Esther said, those are Jews talk, orange Jews talk. But let me say this here. Let me say this. President Baka, you will get to understand if you guys will just open your mind and be faithful to the leadership of President Baka, you will understand. If you just come to President Baka, come on this platform and say, yes, we have a leader, you will understand. This is most likely what President Baka is going to do. They will take their protest serious. And within the time span that Monu have asked, most likely President Baka going to invite the Church of Council of Churches leaders, will invite civil society leaders, will invite other democracy lover in Liberia on a round table. This is he's educated. This is he has planned for Liberia. And he will not allow something like this to derail the arrest agenda. He recognized that. And in order for him to move on, President Waka Kachu go and run the same time. President Waka, you saw him dancing before, right? You saw him dancing before. So he can do many things at the same time. He will invite the stakeholder of the Republic of Liberia and say, let's discuss. At that point, they will lock CDC and Monuba Monu in the room and lock the door and say, what you want? Well, how can we help you? And Monuba Monu will have no choice but to come out clean and say exactly what their problem is. And then I'm going to go and beat their chest CDC headquarters with pot balling everywhere, killing people, pig every time, and pot balling, cooking for children, which is good. But we're not going to go through that. They will be invited because Monuba Monu is also a stakeholder. Don't get it wrong. And that was my anger yesterday. That these young people as Unity Party are refusing to recognize the importance of Monuba Monu in the society.
So let's calm down. Don't elevate your pressure or whatever. Sugar rate to go
Mr.
out.
So I'm enjoying myself. To be honest with you, this president.
No, I got a reason.
I don't know.
What happened?
Let me finish.
I just got a text. Listen. I just got a text and say, hey, the liberal is now sweating out in our studio there.
Whatever. Whoever said that, that's fine. Whoever said that, that's fine.
Liberal, my man. Let's what you wish to do, and that's how.
Let me just say this, Mr. So. The past administration, when you find people that come out,
I'm gonna be talking. I'll be putting the number out for us to get people reaction.
I got places to go. I don't know, maybe people don't come to come. They come. I don't want people to come call and say, "Okay, you want to hear tonight about me."
It's not about you.
Okay. I'm not running away from it. Okay, but let me make the point.
Now hold on. You see, I don't know.
Okay. That was the sidebar. Don't come hold it on me. You see that one thing about you, and I'm saying something a little bit. I'm just trying to distract you a little bit. But let me say this, Mr. So. When the past government, there were people who went on these different platforms and tried to put some good stuff about the government. However, the difference between them and us, I am not a member of Unity Party. I do not get money from anybody. President Baka don't even know who I am. I don't know you. I've never met him before. I'm saying these things here from the bottom of my heart. As someone who believes in President Baka, as someone who knows President Baka has the ability to take us. If we don't harness the powerful process of President Baka trying to redeem us, and this father of the nation slip out of our hands, we got ourselves to blame. Because God can only help you if you want to help yourself. And because of that, President Baka was given to us, was sent to us by God. And we must be able to use this opportunity to help ourselves. Every time the president comes out, it's all about development. Every time the president speaks, it's about us, Liberians, coming together for the true development of the country. What else do you want? This man is not going to places for football game business. This man is not going to places for nyama and things like that. He's here to help us. This is what I'm frustrated. But my frustration with these young people, few of them accept. Many of them are not using this opportunity to move this country forward. They agreed to serve under this president, but their ideas are now in line with what the president have in mind. And these are things that we're pointing out for the president to recognize it. However, we have a long way to go because they have put the president in the bubble that is difficult for us to penetrate. And we will speak and point these people out one by one, and Liberian will find it. and they will press.
Who are those who are those people?
Mr. So, as a
What do the
liberal,
president do? Is
as a liberal, Mr. So, as a liberal, I do not go out and call names. We know. For example, President Baka going to get up Monday morning and he'll be whisked away from his house straight to executive mansion. He will not walk. He will not even see anything on the same street. The only reason why President Baka knows that he in Monrovia still, because he was there before. He know the whole area. But as far as things are concerned, because when they put him in a limousine, they whisk him away. One. You don't even see the street anymore. This is a sad thing about being the president of the country.
Okay, well, folks, there you have it. That's the aftermath of the protest. What next? We need to have this conversation internationally. Do not mind this guy, his emotions, his excitement, and whatever else he is. That's who he is. I mean, I can't change him. He always like that. But it's good that we have this sort of conversation. The number to call is 682-433-8802. Your thoughts, aftermath of the protest. What next? Should the GOL, that's the government of Liberia, engage organizer to kind of help to stabilize it? Or what do you think? What's your own take? What next for us? So that's the number that feel free to participate. I'm here with the liberal progressive of the Liberia Public Radio, who is a strong supporter, ally of President Joseph Noma Boyka of the Republic of Liberia. Okay, so here quickly here. You want to get a glass of water to drink?
No. I don't, Mr. So. You know, here's the beauty of being truthful. When you are speaking truth, you don't need water. When you are speaking truth, you do not sweat. When you are speaking truth, you are not afraid. And I'm speaking truth about this president. I don't need to drink water. You think I know that your Secretary of State Rubio? You think I know that Secretary of State Rubio to bring drinking water while I'm talking? No, I will not drink water because I'm being factual. So I don't need water. I'm enjoying myself. I don't need water. I don't even need juice tonight. And I'm sure my Esther is enjoying my expose here tonight, which is all truthful, Mr. So. I'm saying it again. Let me just say this one more time. When you are talking, and this is what I enjoy about this president, because when you are talking about him, even whether you know him or not, the truth will come to you, will reveal itself without you searching. Since you're going to almost 1 hour and you not see me stutter, no, I don't know. Even though I'm not a good English speaker, but because I'm speaking about the president, it comes to me. It comes in me.
So who is that dog?
Mr. So, we're not gonna go there.
You want to throw a stone now. Let's profile Moluba Molus. What do you think will be his alternate ending in this year? To where will he find himself at the end of this whole thing? Is there like an unknown agenda that could surface down the road?
Mr. So, interesting thing happened with Monuba Moru during the protest saga. He was...
oh my goodness. There are his people calling now. Clarence Davis.
Tio, how you doing?
Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Okay. Let's hear you. But let me just ask you this question on a serious note. Clarence, and when we talk these critical issues, we also want fast solution to this thing. We don't just talk about a problem and just leave it undone. And Liberia is a polarized, divided country based on the politics that is unfolding today. And let me just ask you as a Liberian, should there be some sort of conversation? Should the government of Liberia have engaged the organizer of the ended protest? Because we're hearing they're giving an ultimatum, 14 hour, or is it just jawbone exercise? We should, as usual, like, oh man, nothing gonna happen. What do you think? If you were within the proximity of the president, or you were asked to give your opinion, what would you say?
Thank you for the question tonight, but in the first place, there's an error in the identical protest here. Error in the sense, because if you want for the government to address an issue, they should have submitted their petition to the team that came from the House of Representatives, House of Senate. They should, because the government is not going to just look at your Facebook or poll yesterday, or they wait for the announcement that they were making yesterday, playing music, and react to it. The government, they should have submitted the petition, so the government will look at the very point that they outlining in the petition. But unfortunately for them, they said that they couldn't submit it. So if you coming back in 2 weeks to get a response from the government, what you expect for the government to look at to address the issue? That have been my concern. They had a right, as Liberia, when you're not satisfied, they had a right in getting into to protest. But when you protest to get what? To get answer. The thing that you're protesting for, you wrote it down. Why you didn't submit it yesterday?
So are you willing to risk?
Yeah, what the level is still allowed. But in the instead of government addressing it, to me the government should have, should have meeting and getting it, or they should meet and getting it to be able, because what the people are discussing, they are not discussing for the few group of people that are under the ring, that they are discussing it for the entire nation. They are in Monrovia that went for the protest, but we don't know what is happening in the very country. Protest has been granted. Protest in other part of Liberia. So if you have for to come out to protest for the entire country, I mean, there's an issue. The government should be able to get here to look at what the people are protesting for and address it. But what I observed yesterday, to me, I was thinking that Moluba didn't get here and went for cold water bath yesterday.
So what I want to say, because I've been hearing the conversation, all the people made mistake to do this. The protesters, they're not the lawmaker. They're supposed to go represent protesters, and that's why I know the liberal flip all you always start screaming again, and that was another error on the part of the government. The president, I am not saying the president in person should show up, but even at national, but the president should have designated a senior. Hold on. He can't say lawmaker. They're not petition or whatever else is doing. They are going to speak to the national government with the few that have issue. So even if the president is not there, the president should have designated staff from in his office. We are here to receive.
You're not following.
No, you're not following, because the reason is you people are politically minded. First of all, we are in a political environment. You have a House of Representatives that all have to create the problem. We all know the speaker issue. That is a different issue in itself. The combinations of all of those people here, you don't know the emotion of those people with respect to what happened to get us to be on the point with respect to the scenario that going on in the House of Representatives. So they are not the right people. The president should have designated a senior minister or senior staff from his office. It can be maybe one of the advisor, one of the policy, and that will go. Now to go give it to Jean Colette, who were doing stuff. And look, we gotta be. You see, hold on.
Let me come in to say something.
No, it's not about following the protest. I'm talking about. I'm not going. So we. Those kind of people to be the face of the president, and you think presentation gonna go well. Go ahead.
Yeah, yesterday, 2 officials from the executive went there yesterday to receive the petition. At the time they got there, at the time, the protester was storming the senator from Lofa, Mama Sarah, Mama Kabirete from the Ministry of State, the deputy minister from Ministry of Justice, And two other deputy ministers went yesterday. I started the protest from the start to the end because I was on duty in the morning, or on my part-time job yesterday in the morning. But at the time they got there, by the time the protesters began to storm Mama Sarah yesterday.
So where were they stoning people when there was a barricade set? So they didn't stone, they prefer to stone Mamaka ability then instead of they didn't stone or where his name's Colette and the other folks in Marco Thomas were there. Nobody charged them, that only those people that were stoning. Is that something you really want to buy into?
Are you saying that yesterday the protesters didn't stone or the lawmaker didn't stone the security?
I can definitely for sure say that, but what I'm saying, the people, if there was a song, we will see it might be spontaneous with it. But what I'm saying, you think they prefer to stone those people, the stone people from the president office and not the old lawmakers that were there? And even it went on how long that it couldn't be stabilized. We know there was a barricade. There was a barricade that created by the joint security to prevent all of these things here. Do you think they were properly facilitated?
I'm sorry, what happened there yesterday? Listen, we know sometimes when we come and get in, when we have, sometimes the policy get on our hair, we can, leave the topic and so put a policy settlement in it. The Constitution of Liberia says, if you are this far, you have a right to protest and submit your petition to your lawmaker.
No, they're not a law. But you see, you're messed the mind, and because you're one of those that get this cap, and so you always put on the defense line. They didn't say their statement. They didn't say they're going to go to the lawmaker. And first of all, when you go to the lawmaker, they're your constituent. They're not they're going to go to a specific lawmaker. In this case, the protesters argued that they were presenting their position to the president because the president is the chief executive. He's the chief administrator of the country. All of the things they were talking about, more or less, to the president. Okay? If the president chooses to select somebody, what I'm saying is a common sense. We all know what the whole Capitol building scenario, all of that, whether we like it or not, whether I fall against, okay. But what we are saying, there is already a tension-packed issue as the result of that. Why you think Richard Kuhn, I couldn't even go there? It's because of the same thing, that what we are saying. So at times you have to avoid crisis. At times you have to walk within the fine line. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
So if the government, if the president, if the government really, or let's say the one ability, other people, the police who are provided that sort of conversation. Now, when somebody take one step and do it, if they did that, it's wrong. It is unacceptable. But what I'm saying at the same time, for lawmakers to proxy the affairs of the president, for people to present something, obviously that's going to be a dialogue. Go ahead. Quickly, let me go back to the
before I hang up, before the protest, the team who were heading the protest, they had a meeting with the joint security, and Gregory Comer appeared on the sponsor, and he said it. There's something like Moluba and Moluba were talking about. There's something they said, and the other they came to agreement that they would not allow them to submit their petition to the president, only to the lawmaker, and they all agreed to it. So why overnight you are already come to understand, because when Moluba appeared on the sponsor, he said he was not part of the discussion, but he selected people that sat with the joint security, and they all agreed that they will have a protest to the House of Representatives, House of Senate, and they were to submit.
No. There are two different things. Don't act like I am a news freak. Don't act like don't slash thing here. They said they were saying using the Capitol, it was a no-go zone. It was something which, of course, because that's the official residence of the president, it needs to be protected. Going assembly to Capitol building does not suggest that where the president was sending people there, somebody from the president office, the police were facilitated that. So, but this is what you guys do. You always like to post things on things. But anyway, you're here to rescue your man. I believe he sent text to you, and that's part of what you're doing. So he will take a little break, saying Terry deserted here this evening. But thank you so much, Clary.
Yeah, Mr. So before I hang out, let me say something, please. Before the issue of the protest, why you are not also playing the video of the protesters yesterday, seeing that they were protesting for their market, their good is not running, which was drug. Why you are not playing that video too?
You say what? What?
The protesters yesterday, they were interviewed. So the protesters, they said, why are you protesting? And the fellow, two of them said that, oh, we are protesting because the government suppressing us, we are not being able to say our drugs. Why are you not playing the video too, for order to analyze it?
I've addressed everything in its totality. And that's one of the ridiculous things when the president makes moderate. This is something that a government, it is a responsibility of the government, whether they created it or not. It is a responsibility of the government to address these issues. These are national crises. These are national security issues. And I've said that before over and over. The better yellow that is wasting there, that could be used as a training facility, rehabilitation center to help these people to have them properly integrated. We don't know how many persons was really benefited in the billions of dollars from the Helen Johnson Sirleaf government up to the now. Joy, we didn't follow through. We didn't see anything. They said they are going to do this, they're going to do that. This is what you get when you do not address the most needed situations in the country. And people were protesting for different reasons. Was it only about Joseph Boyka? No. There were other people. I listened to another individual who displayed his ID card. He registered for his motorcycle or whatever it is. And then at the end of the day, they said this. He said, according to him, whether it is true, the motorcycle was seized. He been looking for it. They can get it. We came on this network here. We made a recommendation. I say, if I were one of those close with the people, what they could have done was to decentralize the movement. That's what happens in Ghana. Decentralize the movements of the motorcyclists. So when you in Ghana, you run within the confines of Ghana. People in Painesville, you run within the confines of Painesville. There are certain airlines here, don't go to certain states. It doesn't mean that they can't go there, but that creates an open business field. So they need to be strategic. When you have a poor country where everybody lives on something to make ends meet, you have to be very strategic in addressing this issue. So now you are not my producer, and this is what you guys do. You want to turn to my producer now to play videos that appease you, that resonate with you. I am giving you a broader spectrum of something that comes from my reporter. That's what we do. We don't say it the way you want us to say it. We tell you the way you need to tell you. Now, the Lpr, I believe the Lpr has taken a little break here. Let me just go back to him.
Thank you for the show. Thank you. I know what I'm Mr. there, and he is able, even he can bring in all the so-called independent tonight.
Look at that. Look at it.
He prepare and getting it, fully prepare and getting it to counter you people. Thank you for the show.
Okay, let me ask you. Do you think the president's response to the protest, let's take that Unity Party hat, all right, put Liberia as a face cap? Do you think the response of the president was, how do you see it?
No, to me, really, yesterday, something, the president made sure it came out a very serious issue. Because all the things that we are seeing, like Liberia conference, the country conference, regardless of being the parties in the Unity Party or being a supporter of Joseph Boyka, and Liberia see everyone of us see. Why the people are protesting and the president made a statement, sometimes, he didn't say getting as an order statement. Do you
think that was a careless choice?
To cool down the people, but I don't think he mainly get it to load down on those that were protesting that they were not important. But to me, the Minister of Information should come home and getting a massive clarification. Don't be all in Liberia, they were protesting for their country.
Yeah, but you're your guy here. So do me a favor here. Are you willing to denounce the statement from your guy here this evening? He putting everything else, paying all the people, they shoved the paper in the president's hands. Somebody put the paper. This is ridiculous for Samson to sit here to be saying it. Do you want to disassociate yourself with him?
No, I will not, because the reason that the president was on the stage while addressing the program and somebody gave the paper. Because the president made a statement when the protest was still ongoing. So what Mr. Toe is seeing is the right thing Mr. Toe is seeing there today. So now it's got Mr. So. The president gave the paper to me. He said somebody told me. He didn't say I saw this. So Mr. Toe is doing.
Okay, good night. You guys, this is unbelievable. Hello, caller. Good evening. What's your name and where you calling from?
Yeah, Mr. So this is Amos. Mr. Samson Byrne to Cole's buddy from Pennsylvania.
Okay.
But I was coming on a serious note. Liberia's problem is us Liberians. I'm telling you. On a serious note, could you imagine why would I have an address system in Liberia? Now, like, for disclosure, I work with the United States Postal Service. I'm not supposed to, discuss it, but yes, I supervise a statistical programs where I knew how to do, I learned how to do, zip coding and all of that, zip coding Liberia. So I proposed this to one former minister before he became minister, just to geomap Liberia, the entire country. You can geomap Liberia, and then you make money out of it because you post that information on Google, where somebody will not have to give you directions. Say, oh yeah, come under the palm tree when you pass anywhere. The first trip, no, we'll have all of that done. But where you're going to make money here is this. You can use that same information to levy taxes on individuals. That's how the poor make their money here. That's how government makes money in this country. Some of us are here, we got houses, we got properties, we got land. We don't pay taxes on those land. You know that for sure.
Right.
And I proposed here to, I'm telling you, I had a whole plan. The person, former minister told me, said, oh, you know what, it must, when I take office, you will do a presentation. Answer me 1 month after I take office. Yeah, we had this discussion during George Weah administration, but then when he took office, he was about to take office. Oh, you know what? Just come in.
Hold on 1 second. Let me just put a color there. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so leverage problem is our problem. You can make money. Look, the government can. There's so much revenue that we are losing in the country because people are not paying taxes. And I'm telling you, even the garbage disposal system. Do you know how much money government doesn't have to pay for garbage? People can pay $20, $10, people that have big mansions. They can pay money. Everything starts with geocoding the country, the entire country, where you have every house will have a number, you establish it. So I mean, I don't want to go into, I don't want to hold you up because there are other people that they want to call, but Liberia's problem is our problem. We're not ingenious enough. We are not creative. That's the problem we have in Liberia. And then Mr. Samson Brownfield is going to come there and then defending Mr. Boakai. So I just had to end with this joke, but yeah, that's it. Liberia's problem is we are not creative enough, and then we are corrupt because we are not creative.
Okay.
So that's my point.
Okay, thank you so much. Let's hear Aaron. Aaron, let's hear you.
Good evening, Mr. Soul. Good evening, Mr. Paul. Yeah, I wanted to listen to Clarence trying to explain everything that you were trying to throw in just now. Look, Mr. Soul, look, I listened to the president speaking yesterday, at the program where he was, when he made a comment, people sent him video and stuff like that. That's the usual thing of the Unity Party. They love propaganda so much to the point where they're forgetting to cover now. They just horrible propaganda. And I listened to Clarence talking about people came from the mansion to receive the petition. Where he heard that from? Is that what they're telling him from on the closing argument? Because I was monitoring a lot of platforms yesterday, for the after protest analysis and stuff like that. And that's exactly what he was saying on the closing argument. Or I think Mama Kability herself was on the closing argument, if I'm not mistaken. But there was a lady there who was talking about they came from the mansion and the tribe. I mean, if they came from the mansion, the people were going to see them, But for the president to stand there and say people say they're going to protest, somebody there with a placard say, President Baka can lie and all that stuff. I mean, you make a joke out of the people. You know how many international media carried that protest yesterday?
There was Radio Dash Villa held it from.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. And what I say, it doesn't matter whether I attend people because who is down, they get a saying that say the one who is down fear no fall. Who has a greater thing to lose here?
Yeah, exactly.
The president, you want to have your government in place. You don't want people to be in distraction. All of these things here, you see, look at the kind of dress code here. I mean, you in your statement, then I'll bring in this here. Go ahead, Errol.
Yeah, so I listened to him yesterday. I like, okay, President Barker, who himself, during the COVID time, trying to protest against the government. He the one making fun of protesters today. You see how life can change. But, now, people know that they can peacefully assemble. And with the way the assembly went yesterday, trust me, if those guys come out again, it will be more than that. So they should be careful. And somebody said it. They should listen to what the people say. Okay? They should listen to what the people say. I think by now, somebody should have came out and made a statement and say, okay, even though the president didn't receive the petition, but the president heard what the people were saying, and the government will look into, their petition and stuff like that. Those are the kind of comment, people looking for from, somebody who they claim to be a father of the nation, like Mr. Toh always call him, father of the nation. So, that's all I get to say. You're making fun of out of your own citizen, a portion of the citizenry. You're making fun out of them. You think people don't have work to do? Even if they are Zocos, you still obligated to them as they are your citizens. Okay? You swore to the Constitution to serve and protect. You can't sit there and say, oh, there he got an official there sitting there laughing. My own papa, I got to Augustine Corner. Somebody who brought me to the country, he sitting there too laughing and stuff like that. I just look at them and I'm like, wow. These same people that were running all around here yesterday in every protest, they don't want laughing at other people protesting.
Okay, so thank you so much. All right.
I wanted to say.
Thank you so much. Let's hear Keta. Wilton Keta, are you there? And then I'll go back to Liberal
Yes,
here.
Sir.
We're gonna wrap it up here. You saw the post by Terry. Terry said he mocking at the Liberal. You see, that's what happened. He who rides the back of the alligator goes into the belly. Now Terry is telling the Liberal, my ghost soup is on the fire. You see, what goes around comes around. So you're not coming here tonight. The ghost soup is on. He's mocking at you. So all right, let's hear you, Keta.
Thank you so much, Mr. So there's a beautiful show. Hi, Mr. Toh, the Labour Progressive.
Yeah.
So
insurmountable vein. I never knew that Mr. Toh can be so submissive like this. Oh wow! Thank you so much. Pressure will not go. Pressure will not go. I still need him around. Yeah, go ahead quickly before we go.
No, so look, here's the thing here. When I hear the likes of Labour and other surrogates of the Community Party, especially President Walker, trying to, more or less say they advocating for him, right? They are not really advocating for President Walker. They are trying to pull and clear that guilt and protect their own integrity, because they put their integrity on the line that this president is somebody who is well seasoned, who has all it takes to move our country forward. For the Liberal now to come and throw all of the ills that this president and government is exhibiting on the feet of his able lieutenant around him, have found it troubling. Our country is in serious trouble because the president and the Liberian people did not vote for all of his advisors. Liberian people did not vote for his deputy ministers or minister proper. Liberian people voted for Joseph Newman Walker, where they hope that all of what the Labour, the likes of Clarence, the likes of Terry, all of what they said to Liberian people say, yes, this man is the man we're going for. All right. So the decision-making process of any governance, the boss start with the president. So we should hope.
Okay.
For even the last thought that my brother just came from the north saying the last thought of his deputy, and concerning the protester, he initiated that. You go to a gallery, you see people agree on the day where people come out when it's pouring, and then people come up to tell you about their plight, and then you make mockery of it, and you tell me it was somebody that passed the paper or to even say it. Should you say it there? That everybody listening to you? You understand? Nobody in the school fees. I think Joseph Walker fees that he entitled because he served all these many years in Liberia, so he entitled to the presidency. So come back, man, because he's an old man.
All right, thank you so much.
He gets do anything to our people, and nobody should say nothing because the next of the labor has enabled him to do what he's doing, and it's sad.
Thank you so much. Let's go to our man. Gia is on the line. Gia, are you there?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, let's hear you. What's the package you have to unleash for the liberal?
No, I'm not disagreeing with labor. Even if the president live fund and the Liberian people, he has the right to live fund them. The project yesterday for me, I didn't care. It wasn't solid enough. Before I said I told you on the show here, I said the opposition party is very weak. If you have an opposition party, multiple opposition parties that come here against the incoming government, and that type of protest, all of your flag, you replace it. So we are going to replace it, coming other place. You got all the powerful people there who's supposed to spark the people to come out. All of them got to replace it. And you expect the protest to be serious to the president, even to the police that were not serious. Look, if you want to make a project in Liberia, let the whole Liberia come out. You got 3 million people that come out. That will shake the government. It will tell the government that you have the people power. Anything stupid, the fire can blaze. But until then, no opposition party in Liberia can bring 3 million Liberia outside, even including diaspora Liberia, to go in Liberia to protest. No party in Liberia can do that, even if they combine all that string together. The only party that tried a little bit was Costa, which was that Jews and protest. Other than that, I don't see any protest. Even the ultimatum he gave you, how many Liberia will come out? A handful of people. While even the government can control a handful of people. But if you bring 3, 4, 5 million people out, then you're talking serious business. Then you can get arguments that the government will be afraid of you. Because they know anything stupid, they fireplace. Because you got the people in your side. But few couple of people in different countries, it's nothing to Joseph Walker. And the United Party will be right to laugh at the Liberians because they're the ones suffering, and the United Party is stealing. So that's my opinion on this. If they want to be serious, they need to be united to get the people to come out. If you get 3 million people come out in Liberia, I know the protest is serious. Joseph Walker will take it very serious because if you do anything stupid that happen, fire out place.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, we don't want no fire blaze. We're trying to find solution to these many problems here because their fire has blazed and get us to be where we are. So our liberal ties dissenting views being expressed yet without interruptions. We were not selective. We did not pull radar. There was no phone calls going through X-ray to see which number that is coming, that is in my favor, against me. Hopefully you can learn from this. Tonight is such a horrible night for you, but I know you're going to come here tomorrow, not tomorrow, Monday. You're going to come, you're going to regroup, you're going to recalibrate with your man. Unfortunately, solitary left you tonight. But on a serious note, we want better Liberia. And the president, we don't want these sort of careless statements that we heard in the past from our leaders. People, family grieving, and you say that boyfriend, girlfriend, and all of these kind of things. These things give bad memories. So when much is expected of you because of the experience in government, in your age, and everything involved, stakes are high in terms of when you mount the podium. Because that gives people relief, it relaxes their mind, they know something good gonna be coming. It shouldn't be that we got one papa in our time, the old man. That old man, anytime when he approaching the old people, then everybody running inside because he own a radio power. Every day somebody died, they turn on fire. So the old man then when they come from there, they find even when they have as soon as start, as soon as see distance, they will close their door. Oh, let me can eat my little drive right here because they hope they may come here. I know that's some kind of news. That's it. You know, this is concerning. It's serious, and I'll just put it all in pause. Now, when you know, for some of us, and many of you people saw the experience of the past. It was horrible. It was terrible. We do not want to. We don't want to imagine that. And when people are dressed, when people wearing this sort of attire, and people having this kind of thing on, that is not good. It's a complete aggression into our civils in our society. This sort of thing here, you're hearing people that are, okay, how many policemen down there? 2 police person. I think you're a little less than 2. And look at the kind of human being. All right, you know, anything can happen. Some of these people, I mean, I don't intend to diagnose anybody here, but there are a lot going on that national government needs to address. Liberals, what a great conversation here this evening. Time has caught up with us here this evening on today's new year. What is your final word here this evening to the men that are listening? Do you want us to play what you said yesterday and see whether there will be a change in your tones, in your closing statement?
There's no change. There's no change. I just want to say to Van, myself wrote Van. Van, I just want to tell you that when he opened the line for sedition to talk, I got to listen to the Atabata because Atabata for them. Aaron Blopper, Walter Cutter, and what do you expect out of them? That's the Atabata they were talking. That people can't join for me to join and say organize. So I got to be quiet and let them talk. So no, but Mr. So let me just say this here. Let me say this. The president, as far as I'm concerned, even if you don't know him, but if you just go out and read about him, and you want to come and put out your own defense, not because you're defending him, you will do well. Because you are defending a character that is of decent character. It doesn't take long to do that. You don't have to make up words. You don't have to lie to defend him. Because he believes in policy that he himself put together, that these policies are capable of lifting Liberia up. And so I don't have to make up words. I don't have to come here and try to struggle for words just because I believe the president is doing a wonderful, wonderful job. So I'm not taking anything by my concern, and I will continue to do that. Those who are around the president that are so successful now in putting the president in a bubble, those are the people that I'm going to be dealing with. Because on an occasion as such, where the people outside having a protest, and the president is quite aware of it, and for them to come out, for the president to come out, and I like the way the president did it yesterday. Somebody gave me. So those are the people that I would deal with, because the president trusts you, he believes in you.
I had to interrupt with this here. The president says somebody gave me. It seems that assuming based on the president is not with his acquiescence. And do you think the president will go in his inner cycle to find out who did that? And if that person is found, what could possibly happen?
No, that's not his style. The president knew the president knew who gave him that. So he's not going to come back and try to make a deal out of it. But we that support this president, we're the ones supposed to make a big deal out of it. And hopefully this is not going to be repeated. And these are the same people that took the president to the chicken wire farm over there and with the door all broken up.
So then that means there's a history of this thing. That's
my point. That's my point. And we will stay.
So what is he doing? What is he doing?
Because he's in the bubble. He's in the bubble. He believed them. Mr. Soul, look, if you believe somebody, you trust them. And if you trust somebody, you accept most of the thing they give you because you think they're giving you things that is useful.
Even they give it to you today was not right. Tomorrow it come, you still gonna. Will you do that?
Mr. So, it left with us, those of us that sit on these platforms.
Will you do that?
Mr. So, will you please let me make my point. Those of us that sit on these platforms and believe in the president, we will point these things out. And sooner or later, they will get back to him and he will try to readjust.
Yeah, so my question, if someone gave you a bad gift today, bring another gift tomorrow, the following day, will you do that? We saw what happened with the chicken fund out of your own mouth. We saw what happened to Lofa when he went there. You alluded that in your president, with all the vice experience, the countless years he has served in government. Will you do that?
In my situation, as an individual, no. But if you are running an entity and you know you can't do it by yourself and you count on people in order for you to function properly, it requires trust of those around you. It requires you to have trust in them. And other people use that opportunity to do exactly what they did here. There was no reason. We are not running a campaign. If these people cannot recognize that this president is the president of the nation, that he's the father of the nation. So even Monuba Monu have called one or two people in the street, that particular portion of that speech yesterday should not have been given.
So quickly, I don't want to really get this conversation here. We have 9:52 now, 10 will be going. How long will we see this happening?
But the president is on course. There's no question.
Should the president do something about this?
No, I hope so. You think I'm stretching my vein here for nothing? I want the president to so you can do something about it. But I'm not going to tell the president what to do. That's not my job. Not only that, he's the father of the nation. He's my father. I'm not going to be disrespectful and tell the president what to do and what not to do.
Should someone be held accountable?
I hope, because those are the way I believe. If such a thing, you find out what happened. You had a meeting with your insider. Let us don't do that, because if you give me something, I will read it. Because I'm not going to second guess you.
Is that a betrayal to the president?
I'm not going to use such a word. It's too strong for me. It's not a betrayal, but it's a disappointment.
Any other word besides that you think you can use?
Well, Mr. So, you have the liberty to use whatever words you want to use, but that's what I can use. I'm not a book person. I don't know many words anyway. I just know one or two, so that's what I want to use. But let me say this: so the president, when we come on this platform, we're not here to defend the indefensible, as Madam Clark would say. We're being very truthful, because here's the thing here. The president, for me, it's easy, because looking back to where we're coming from, to where we are, it's a day and night. So the president, what we need to do, those of us that sit on the platform and believe in the president, support this president, is to promote his agenda. And if we find out that there are certain groups that are hindering the process of promoting the agenda, then we will speak out.
Yeah, but it's not just all about promoting. The idea of promoting comes with honesty and responsibility.
And that's exactly what we're doing. That's exactly our point.
You putting spin on things.
Well, Mr. So this is your own definition. That's your definition, and you're entitled to it. I'm not going to dispute that. But I'm saying to myself that I'm not putting no spin on it. I'm being truthful. Go right now. Go drive from Monrovia to Zwadru. 6 hours. You're done. You're in Zwadru.
That's not the issue.
Go from Monrovia right now. Go to Second Pier.
Yeah, we give that.
Go from Monrovia. Go to Grand County. Go to Monrovia. Go from Monrovia to go to
what you are doing
those
now.
Are the handy works of the president. We have to promote those things.
The president is doing good on those things there, but what are you trying to do?
What did he say? Did you call my president name? What did he say?
Yeah, I'm not going to be dishonest. I said
okay, but what did he say? What did he say?
What you are doing, you're dodging the real thing and trying to pick up things that you think that you can talk on, which of course that's a dishonest part on to your audience.
Why is it dishonest, Mr. So? Is it not true that you can drive from Monroe to Guthrie in 6 hours? Is it not true?
There are things on a
Is it not true?
We are having a conversation with.
Yeah, but why you said I'm dishonest when I'm telling you the truthful thing?
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
No. We still got time. You're not gonna call me on now because I'm on the road, Mr. So. You can't do that. This is LPR. Well, I'm the board chair, by the way. You can't just kick me out like that on your offer show. Let me say this here. Those.
Let me do a quick spin on things here.
Oh, you want to spin now? You want to spin?
I just want to play you some few clips.
No, Mr. So we're done with our video stuff now. Let's move on. The show is over. Thank you for having me tonight, and we'll say thank you. Let's do it on Sunday.
Why are you a part of the video?
No, Mr. So the time you give us is over. So let's go ahead and have a wonderful show. We have a wonderful show. Let's do it again on Sunday. My Esther, thank you tonight. Every time you come on, you encourage all of us to do good, and we'll do our best. Thank you, Mr. So. Good night to you.
Thank you. And before you go, right, let me just say this. You know, when we're having these things, people listen to that. A 4-month senior government official, why would I send a text? And like, something must be done. And they made a comparison with that of the 70 William Richards Tubbs and that of Gabriel Backus Matthews from 70-something. That's how things are stabilized. It's not a sign of weakness, but it paves the way for genuine and honest conversation to have civility in the country.
But by the way, Mr. So, when Backus Matthews died, when he passed away some time ago, I did a tribute, and that tribute was published on Front Page Africa. I wrote a lot. When Dr. Marcus Dunn died, I paid a tribute, and that tribute was also published on Liberian Public Radio. So we have a lot of insight on the progressive and what they have done. So I know the story about William Tubber, President Tubber, and Backus Matthews. President Tubber and the rest of the Liberian presidency, they always love to be praised. So right now, if I were to go to Liberia, God forbid President Baka put me in jail, I stay in that jail, I write a beautiful letter praising the president, how hot that he can be wearing, how beautiful he is, or the shoe he wear, they would take me out of jail immediately. And that's exactly what happened. But we'll discuss those because I have many documents making references to those type of information. We have them here, and hopefully once I put the package together, I will share it with you so that you and I can have this conversation here on this platform as well. But thank you for having us tonight. It's 7 o'clock now. Terry, I'm gonna go and repeat what you're doing over there. Mine is already ready, and so I don't have to go farther than that.
Terry in a good family, not to he being indoctrinated. He not wow. Your friendship really strong. Okay, Lpr, thank you so much. And
thank you, Mr. Soul.
All right, bye-bye. Oh. Okay, well, folks, that does it this evening. I am Alfonso Zay and Salt of the Library Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. We want to thank you so much for sharing your evenings, your mornings, your afternoon with us, wherever you are. This is what we do. We are not at war. We're having these critical, uncomfortable conversations for the good of the country. Entertainment is more or less the least thing on this network. We leave the real entertainment with MC Caro, J-Boy, the Prophet, and all of those people. There are critical things in Liberia that we need to have this honest conversation, open it up, and just so we don't just talk about it, we also put for potential to solution to this problem. It is at their behest, their own will, to whether they will accept it or they will reject it. Our job is to have these conversations. Your views, your opinions always matters on this network. We intend not to leave no one behind. We've been down this road before, so we all have to do to preserve the peace that we have. And so when our leaders, when there's a slip of tongue, like Dr. Abbas Bundu said, you remember of the last time you do it, he was part of ECOWAS plan. The next day he came, there was a slip of tongue. There was some diplomatic fix up in that. So when the president spoke, it was a wrong one. Somebody should come from the executive of the government. The government have to be very, very careful in terms of how it channel its message. It's not when the president mounts the podium or when the senior government officials, spokesperson, you're just not only speaking to your country, you're speaking to the diplomatic enclave, the outside world, outside folks, diaspora and Liberian. And that is very critical. It's key. People will process it in different form, contexts, perform the surgical operations on what you say. Well, there are others who, your supporters, they will give their own interpretation. But the connotation, the presentation of things, that is very, very key. The issue of drugs is not something neither all of us or national leaders to make Margaret out of, because they have the power to arrest, to find solution. We have been hearing senior government officials being accused and all of that. What has become those sort of cases that we've been hearing? And so when you saying those things, hundreds of mothers and fathers, other families are seriously affected as a result of the use of these illegal drugs that proliferated our countries and our society. Is literally contaminated, killing the young generation. That is a cardinal issue. That is a very serious issue the government should address. Because the more we have these people, the liability that becomes on national government, the state, the society, and its people. Some of these people are potential leaders of our country. So this is very serious. And this is where the civil society feels out. And to close off this evening, the political institutions in our country, they are disasters. The CDC, the ANC, the CMW, CMC, all of that. The leaders of political institutions were unable to take a definitive positions on these sort of critical things, to decide, to abandon their country, whether their trip was planned or not planned. The fact of the matter, there was no official statement coming from this institution, and remnants of pieces of their exonerate to form part of something that they don't do, and only to come up with a statement after that. That is seriously alarming. If you want it, own it. And that's how we're going to leave here this evening. We want to thank you so much for your time here. Sometime, like I said earlier, we make it uncomfortable, but it is meant to straighten and do the work of our country. And I know for those who are politically so minded, charged with the political leaders as to call them, who must speak the truth for the good of the country. These people, these politicians, these folks call themselves political leaders. They have never done that well in the past, and there's no indication that they will do it now. For the fact of the matter, they have failed to put institutions together, but to have these political parties just surrounding them, and when they leave tomorrow, that's the end of the party. Evidence of what has been happening in the past and now. Where is NDPL of Samuel Doe? Lab and that. No one is preparing that, oh, after 4, 5, 10 years, I will leave, but I will have this party. You see here, there are two parties here. Every convention in the country, Democrat or Republican, you will always see it, the rising star, rising star. They give people the opportunity to grow, to be more responsible, to take leadership role. How many of our parties that will have conventions where they will go within the youth to give people the opportunity to excel, to be able to make, prepare them for future endeavor. When one person starts, those grievous seekers, those sycophants will go, oh, the men want to do this. Then they label him as the enemy who undermines the president or the standard bearer. And guess what? You know the rest of the story. We need to stop that. We need to have this honest conversation in the free context. And the media does have a major to major critical role. Media is all responsible of what happened. When the media neglect its responsibility and fail to create a proportionate conversation, the well citizen will be able to make an informed decision only later on to walk back because their political will was not met. That is the problem. A hands to a wise is quite sufficient. On this note, this is how we want to come to an end with this Friday edition, special editions of the Examiner. I am your host and presenter, Alfonso Zienso. Thank you so much. Your comments, your tweets, your suggestions to enhance the capacity of this network is matter. We do not focus on quantity. Quality is our hallmark here. Thank you so much and have a pleasant evening. I will not go without this.
Teacher, whatever you, but you give him statement to make publicly because he believes in you. We will deal with you one by one. I told you yesterday, I didn't come on this platform to see you myself Mayflower today. We're not even talking with color speak from each other. You myself Mayflower today with color speak from each other. But I come on the platform here, year or so. Be here, say President Waka be dancing for you to come and ruin people's life, for you to make Liberian people but something your lie. Include me into your lying behavior. I don't lie.
And this one.
People supposed to be the one to produce, to do the oil product, what have you. You lie, you're giving something important like that. You go insert lie into it, and he has to speak it up because you give it to him. And that's the one going about people running away now. Because you lie. You are on intellectuals. You lie. And this is what we.
That's the liberal progressive of the Liberia Public Radio, who is now seeking political shift over the ruling establishment. I want to thank you so much and have a pleasant evening. By God's willing, we'll be back here. Sunday, I'm going to be back right here with the Analysts on News Making Headline. Follow, like, also subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. By the way, we just shouldn't do this. We also involve heavily in community engagement, be it your weddings, graduations, convention, be here in the USA or Liberia. Anywhere we are unlimited. We are unlimited. That's another way you can give support. You have a business, you can advertise as well. Have a pleasant evening and a better safe weekend. We wish you a happy Independence Days to come. Please drive safely. The life you save could be yours or that of a friend. Bye-bye.